This is real life, the only one we get to live. I remember being broken, thinking something's gotta give. This is real life, everything we do is legendary, and we gon' do it till the day we in the cemetery. Real life, it feel like I'm dreaming. Used to feel like I was nothing, now my life has meaning. Said this is real life.
Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. It's great to see you. Hope that you're all having a great day. And if you're not, well, you will be by the end of the video. I can guarantee it. Well, at least I hope. But I just want to give a shout out to my friend Simon over at the Diet Kitchen for sending me over the shirt. I'm sure many of you are familiar with him. And this is just a really neat design. He started a clothing brand, which you can see here. If you guys want to go check that out, I will link it down below. I do appreciate him sending this out to me. Figured it'd be pretty appropriate for my deadlift day, which I am going to be hitting up in about 3, 2, 1.
I've been fiending for this moment, I've been dreaming about this moment. I guess this is how it feel to have everything you ever wanted. Writing these records like a dissertation, why the fans going crazy from anticipation. Damn, 9 years, that's a lot of patience. And now I'm looking at my idols and feeling adjacent. It's a hell of a long way from back in the basement, looking at hip-hop, trying to find my placement. I bought my first pair of Jordans at 22. Same year I bought a crib too. So
today's top set was 475 pounds for a double at an RPE of 8. Now it's crazy to think that not too long ago I was failing this for just 1 rep. So to be able to hit it for 2, still have plenty left in the tank, is pretty exciting. Now I'm trying to get to the point where I can just hit 500 on any given day, where I don't have to be peaked for it, I don't have to amp myself up, and I think I'm getting pretty close. So after that, things got kind of interesting, and none of us train in a vacuum, right? It's never going to be the perfect scenario, as I talked about before, but I was deadlifting, and then some guy was working at the gym, and he had a ladder right next to the place I was deadlifting, as you can see. So I was kind of waiting around, and obviously I didn't want to drop weight on the floor with this ladder that was already wobbling all over the place, and he was doing much more important things than I was there, so I was trying to be considerate as possible. But what that forced me to do was move on to bench press, and then when he got off to do something, I had a free moment, I had to rush, do my reps, and then get back to it. So luckily, they were just drop down sets, but kind of just got to make do. And then I finished up with some squats, which you guys don't need to see any more of. So that was today's work. Now let's go get some food.
Good, I just thought I'd address it and spell it out for people so they can finally assess it. This is dedicated to anyone with a dream and a realization of what following it means. Breaking a cycle and not following your genes. That perfect moment when your logic intervenes.
So in my opinion, the only people that get excited about trees are hippies and potheads. And maybe those are one and the same, but I am neither of those people. But even I have to say, they look pretty cool coming out at this time of the year, but when they start shedding all over the place, I'll be tired of them.
Everything I'm going through and put it in a rhyme. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a lot of weight upon my shoulders. But this is my therapy as I flow this, spilling out my heart.
So the last time I tried to make these waffles, I failed miserably, but I am bound and determined to make this work. I did not buy this waffle maker for nothing. Well, actually, I probably did, but we're gonna try it out anyway.
People watching every move I make like it was theirs, all up in my business and even my personal affairs. Now, I know I talk a lot of game, but I ain't trying to sell you. Cause
what the hell am I doing? I hate waffles. It just like evaporated. Okay, one last time. How can you mess this up? It says pancake and waffle mix right there on the box. I'm starting to think it's just the stuff that I'm using that's not really meant for this waffle maker. So if I mess this up, this thing might just go in the trash right now.
I never contemplated suicide, I'm too alive in front of thousands, but I'm talking like it's you and I. And every day fewer find their dreams because fewer try. This is real life, the only one we get to live. I remember being broken, thinking something's gotta give.
So it was in fact just a stupid batter that I was trying to use that wasn't working. If I just stick to the good old Hungry Jack pancake mix, everything works out perfectly. Although I am almost certain that the pancakes are gonna be better than the waffles because pancakes are always better than waffles. So the waffle's decent, it's not as good as pancakes.
Everything I am, everything I do, I'm a man behind mine.
It's that time again, boys.
Welcome to forever.
Let's go spend money and stuff. So it's a little bit windy outside. Now last time I came to Home Depot, I think I was recording actually, I was telling you guys I'm not very handy at all, and I came to get something and it wasn't like right out where it usually is, so I was just being so lazy that I didn't pick it up knowing that I would have to come back and get it anyway. I'm an idiot. So we got that taken care of. Now the worst time to ever go grocery shopping is when it's raining. Yet again, I'm an idiot. So I know not many people have good things to say about Walmart, but their return policy is awesome. No receipt, no packaging, just a piece of crap that doesn't work, take it back. Good for you, Walmart. Granted, you might have to deal with people playing Marco Polo in the middle of the store. It's kind of an afterthought at this point. This is where self-control goes out the window. As you guys can see, I kind of buy the same foods every single week. Just a few different things here and there. Obviously, I'm probably not buying cinnamon rolls every single week, although I should, but just the staples. Okay, so you guys know how it is. Sometimes you just don't feel like cooking. I don't want to turn on the oven. I don't want to turn on the skillet. I don't want to go outside and grill. I really just want to eat. So I thought about stopping and getting some Chipotle, but that cannot be value added for you guys. So hopefully this will give you guys some ideas. Maybe you get home late one day, you just want to put something in the microwave and you don't have to sacrifice a good meal. So here's what we're gonna do. I know this is kind of like cheater chicken, but the fact that I can throw this in the microwave for 2 minutes or a minute and have my chicken done, perfect. I love this lighting right now. I wish it was like this all the time. But anyway, we're gonna make a taco salad, right? So what I'm gonna do is start with some fat-free refried beans. Now this is probably a little different than other taco salads you've seen. I have not made it this way in a really long while. It just sounded kind of good. So you'll notice a lot of this stuff, except for this because I couldn't find it, is no salt added, just because when you're working with canned foods, there's no reason to get, you know, like 5 grams of salt in one meal. So I'm just gonna open this up and put it on the plate. So I'll throw this guy in the microwave for a few minutes. Now in this bowl, I just threw a can of corn, black beans, and tomatoes and put that in the microwave for a few minutes. The reason I did it this way is because you can see like all this juicy stuff in here. I don't want that. It'll just make my whole meal kind of soggy and nasty. So what I'm gonna do is actually scoop it out like so. And then to finish it off, I'm just gonna add a little bit of lettuce. Make sure that you weigh every little strand of lettuce going onto this thing, and then just some cheese. So then I'm gonna put this guy back in the microwave for like 30 seconds or just until the cheese melts. And I forgot, I'm also gonna throw a little bit of sauce on top, and then we'll finally be finished. Then you have this larger than life taco salad. It took like 10 minutes and didn't have to turn anything on except for the microwave. You really can't ask for more than that. Now, this is probably like 12 to 1300 calories, which might be a day's worth of food for some of you. But the reason I did this is because I live alone, and once I open canned foods, I don't like to put it in containers and restore it, so I just had a can of everything. But you can obviously make this as macro friendly as you like. That's the beauty of it. Okay guys, so I'm gonna step out for a bit and then I will check in with you guys when I get home. So to end off the night, I'm gonna have some rice cakes with some almond butter, as well as some of these baked ruffles, which are great actually, which is kind of surprising because I don't really like chips that much, but these are decent. So, I don't really want to talk about food. I want to end this video a different way, I guess. I've never really done this before, but this is something that's very impactful, at least to me. So you're probably looking at the video like it's a little bit longer than my typical videos. I'm kind of cheating. I'm kind of leveraging my resources, if you will. So let me start by saying, this is by someone that I don't really agree with at all. I don't agree with his beliefs. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he says, but I'm open-minded enough to know when someone is intelligent. He's a very intelligent man. And when I heard him say this, this really just hit home with me. Now, granted, it's very applicable to my life, and I get that it won't be applicable to everyone, and not everyone is gonna have the same reaction as I did. But when I heard this, it really struck a chord with me, and I think that it will with you guys as well. So what I want to do is I want to end the video with something for you guys to just listen to. Now I put some workout clips over it. If any of you are interested in how the powerlifting is going, feel free to watch it. And if you don't want to listen, that's fine. You can just turn on some other music, or if you just want to listen and don't want to watch me, or if you don't want any of it, please turn off the video, because this is going to be the end of me. So I hope that you guys get as much out of this as I did. I started listening to this probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I've probably listened to it 100 times since then, every time I need a reminder. So that's going to be it, guys. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch. You guys could have been doing anything, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That's pretty awesome. So I really hope you guys do enjoy this. I honestly think it could potentially change some lives.
It is always now. I actually want to talk today about death. Now, most of us do our best not to think about death, but there's always part of our minds that knows this can't go on forever. Part of us always knows that we're just a doctor's visit away or a phone call away from being starkly reminded with the fact of our own mortality, or of those closest to us. Now, I'm sure many of you in this room have experienced this in some form. You must know how uncanny it is to suddenly be thrown out of the normal course of your life and just be given the full-time job of not dying or caring for someone who is. But the one thing people tend to realize at moments like this is that they wasted a lot of time when life was normal. It's not just what they did with their time. It's not just that they spent too much time working or compulsively checking email. It's that they cared about the wrong things. They regret what they cared about. Their attention was bound up in petty concerns, year after year, when life was normal. And this is a paradox, of course, because we all know this epiphany is coming. Don't you know this is coming? Don't you know that there's going to come a day when you'll be sick or someone close to you will die, and you'll look back on the kinds of things that captured your attention, and you'll think, what was I doing? You know this, and yet if you're like most people, you will spend most of your time in life tacitly presuming you'll live forever. I mean, it's like watching a bad movie for the fourth time, or bickering with your spouse. These things only make sense in light of eternity. There better be a heaven if we're going to waste our time like that. Okay, there are ways to really live in the present moment. Okay, what's the alternative? Okay, it is always now. However much you feel you may need to plan for the future, to anticipate it, to mitigate risks, the reality of your life is now. And I think this is a liberating truth about the nature of the human mind. In fact, I think there's probably nothing more important to understand about your mind than that, if you want to be happy in this world. But the past is a memory. It's a thought arising in the present. The future is merely anticipated. It is another thought arising now. Okay, what we truly have is this moment, and this, and this. And we spend most of our lives forgetting this truth, repudiating it, fleeing it, overlooking it. And the horror is that we succeed. We manage to never really connect with the present moment and find fulfillment there because we are continually hoping to become happy in the future. And the future never arrives. Now, even when we think we're in the present moment, we're in very subtle ways always looking over its shoulder, anticipating what's coming next. We are always solving a problem. And it's possible to simply drop your problem, if only for a moment, and enjoy whatever is true of your life in the present. This is not a matter of new information or more information. It requires a change in attitude. It requires a change in the attentiveness you pay to your experience in the present moment.